All right. It's go time. It is go time. Let's see. Let me get set up real quick. We got a few minutes for that 5-minute range. All right. Trying to adjust my other charts here real quick. It's go time. Started. Okay. It is go time. Let's see. All right. Set up real quick. One more thing. We got a few minutes for that 5-minute range. All right. Trying to adjust my other charts here real quick. It's go time. Started. All right. Okay. It is go time. Let's see. All right. Set up real quick. One more thing. We got a few minutes for that 5-minute range. All right. Trying to adjust my other charts here real quick. It's go time. Started. All right. Okay. It is go time. All right. Whoa. Holy. All right. I didn't notice that. One more thing. Good morning. We got a few minutes for that 5-minute range. All right. Let me go to the 5-minute chart. Wow. Strong push out of it. All right. See this 5-minute range. Pretty big range probably. Go time. All right. Yeah, decent sized range. Holy. I didn't notice that. We got. Good morning. 2 minutes left. We got a few minutes for that 5-minute range. All right. Holy crap. It didn't take out the lows though. Strong push out of it. It came very close, so there's a possibility we could still go lower. Probably. All right. We'll see. Size range. Holy. I didn't notice that. We got. Good morning. 2 minutes left. We got a few minutes for that 5-minute range. It didn't take out these lows down here. It didn't take out the lows though. Strong push out of it. It came very close, so there's a possibility we could still go lower. Probably. All right. We'll see. Size range. Oh, we got highs up there. Good morning. 2 minutes left. All-time highs at 25,000. It didn't take out these lows down here. It didn't take out the lows though. Strong push out of it. It came very close, so there's a possibility we could still go lower. It's up there. It's a decent ways. Oh, we got highs up there. Good morning. 2 minutes left. All-time highs at 25,000. It didn't take out these lows 4 hour. It didn't take out the lows though. Strong push out of it. It came very close, so there's a possibility we could still go lower. It's up there. It's a decent ways. Oh, we got highs up there. Good morning. 2 minutes left. All-time highs at 25,000. It didn't take out these 4 hour. All right, how much? Might go for the highs? Possibly. I think that's what it did last Friday. Decent ways. We got like highs up there. 15 seconds left. All-time highs at. I can already mark out this low already. So, all right, how much? The low of that might go for the highs. Possibly. I think that's what it did last Friday. Decent ways. We got like highs up there. 15 seconds left. The low. Let's go mark that out. There's the low of that 5-minute, and let me mark out the high. All right, there's the low and high of that 5-minute, so we'll see. I would want this thing to dump personally, like go for these lows personally, but we'll see. So we're still rejecting off that 5-minute. There is that big imbalance right there that was left on the 1 minute. Big imbalance on the 1 minute, so this thing inverses this imbalance. It's gonna look ugly for the low. Well, ugly for the bulls. But I personally would like this thing to go for those lows before I take a trade. We'll see if it holds this imbalance. We got view up there, so there's gonna be some kind of support. All right. Let me see. What is the hourly chart look like real quick? Yeah, we could. I mean, it's in a tough area. See this 200, right? A lot of times we reject off that 200, so this is a crucial area. I don't know if it's above the 200 right now on the hourly chart. Is it gonna find support here and kind of just start ripping above it? Is the question we shall ask ourselves. So there's that 200. So it's a crucial area. So far it's rejecting it. The highs, I mean, the 5-minute highs. Oh, how was the structure? I didn't pay attention to the structure on the... So it is, you know, it is making lower highs on like the hourly chart, right? This is a very important, right? We had a lower high, kind of a lower high. Now we're breaking out of that lower high, but we're at the 200. So, like, do we really, you know, rip above and start looking for support down here? Or do we start rejecting and this becomes another lower high for another leg down? You know, both are possibilities. But we'll see. Play it by ear. Buy. It is above the 200. Tough. I mean, it could drop still. That's the thing is, I personally, what I want to see this thing drop for the lows down here. That's what I would personally want to see. It's not to say if it gives me a setup up here to take, I mean, I'll take it, but it did fill that imbalance. Can they hold it up though? Oh, news. Freaking A. I forgot. Look at the 4-hour? I did look at the... I have it on my other chart. I don't have it on this chart right now, but I have it on my other screen. The 4-hour, I mean... Yeah. It's looking bearish on the 4-hour. Very bearish. Like, this could be another lower high. Did you end up taking any trades yesterday? I had an order in, and it left without me. It went like 5 points away from filling me for a long, and just left without me, went straight to the TP without getting me in. It was literally less than 5 points away from filling me, and I had to... Sucked. It sucked because it's such a good trade too. Missed out on a decent amount of money because of that. We'll see. Maybe I'll get something today. So, looking good. Failed to close above that 5-minute. I like that. It's doing what I like, what I want. Let's see. Oh yeah, drop. Dump it. 4-hour bullish? No, 4 hours pretty bearish. 4 hours pretty bearish. Even the 1 hour. Look at the 1 hour. Right? Look at the 1 hour, right? We had the drop, we had a lower high, lower high. Now this also, like I said, this is a crucial area. This could be another lower high to potentially going down. We're also at the 200 on the 1 hour chart. So do we reject this 200 or do we find support, start breaking structure? If it starts breaking structure, we could start moving back to those all-time highs. So it's a very like pivotal area to see what will happen. But we're bouncing off that 200, bouncing off the view op, trying to find support there, trying to rip it up. Can it break this 5-minute range is the question, or will they fail again? Or will it go for those highs before it dumps? I'm gonna let it do what it wants to do. I'm gonna let it do its thing. Alright, still fail. We got, what, 20 seconds left on this candle. Is this another failure? Oh, another failure. They can't do it. They can't do it. Oh my gosh. They failed to close it above the 5-minute. Oh man. I really thought they were going to start pushing it. Nope. At this point, you just dump it. Like, give up. Give up. Oh, we're going lower. Oh, snap. Yeah, I know people look at USD. I don't have enough room on my screen to look at USD. Yeah. I just trade price action. I mean, it's I don't even have ES pulled up. I just see what NASDAQ is doing at the moment and react off of that. But yeah, I know a lot of people that, not a lot, but I know some people that use USD and. Oh, wow, we're going lower. I told you. I want this thing to go lower. Oh yeah, let's keep pushing it lower. Let's keep dumping it. I want to take out. I wanted to take out these lows down here. Hold on, let me switch to the 5-minute real quick. We got the 5-minute. You see these lows? It failed. It failed that first leg down. It failed to take out any of these lows. I would love this thing to come down, take out these lows. Start pushing back into this 5-minute range, give a bullish imbalance to continue potentially moving back up to the highs after taking, you know, these lows. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully today's, as long as it doesn't trend sideways the whole freaking morning. It took previous highs on. Oh, did it really? So it's a divergence. All right, he's trying to hold that 200. Tries to keep bouncing. 24, 330-ish. Then turn bullish. Yeah, I mean, that's a long ways away, though. Let's see. 330-ish is way down there. I mean, I don't know. It's a long ways away. Possible, though. All right, we're ripping back up. Let's see. It's not doing still having a lot of trouble closing above this 5-minute range. 30 seconds left for this 1-minute candle. 15 minutes says bullish. Let me see. 15-minute. Yeah, I mean, it almost looks like it, but it has to break the structure and hold, right? For it to like kind of turn bullish. It's trying to break the structure, but it hasn't broken it yet. This was just a sweep, right? This first leg was just a sweep and then a dump back down. So it would need to really close heavy above it, maybe leave behind like a bullish imbalance to kind of confirm that it's breaking structure and actually starting to wanting to go up. But as of now, it's not. It's still kind of still failing. Look at all those wicks above that 5-minute. Just keeps wicking above, failing to close. I mean, at some point, right, if they can't push it higher, they're going to dump it all the way back down. What goes up must come down. My 1 hour says bullish. I mean, okay, let's, it's almost, I mean, it's tough to say. It would have to, once it closes heavy above this, like, you know, let's call it, yeah, this 70 level, 75 level. Once it closes bullish above here, like pretty, you know, pretty heavy above here, then in my eyes it turns bullish. Like this could still be a sweep, right? We could still kind of push up and then just sweep it and dump back down. So it's not really confirming anything. It's still kind of indecisive. It is a crucial area, right? That 200, you could see we get bounces off this 200. Look at the bounce, right? Look at the bounce off the 200 right here. Look at that bounce off the 200. So it's an important area. If are we gonna hold? We're gonna crack back down and start dumping, or are we gonna hold this 200 and start ripping? Is the question. We shall see. As of now, right, it's not confirming anything. Look at all these wicks above the 5-minute. It's failing to close above the 5-minute. Oh my gosh. The bullish imbalance right there. So every time they dump it, right, they step in pretty heavy to push it back up. But all right, this may be the close that finally you get. I tried to take a trade yesterday. I placed a limit order and it came within 5 points of filling me and then ran without me and hit my TP without even like, so. Holy crap. Oh, that's what I was going to check. Thank you. News. I knew I was going to check something. Is there big news at 10? Another failure to close. Look at that. Right. Oh, crap. Hold on. 4. Let me go to Forex. They can't do it. They can't do it. Nope. They can't do it. All right, we got 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Consumer sentiment orange folder. Yeah. It's not going to be too big of a news event. Like, it's not a red folder. We just got orange folder news. Medium-sized news. It could move the market. It could not move the market. But got to be cautious if just aware of it at least. Bro, they're just failing. At this point, dump it. What would be nice to see a dump and then a 10 a.m. reversal sweeping the lows. That would be beautiful. That's not orange folder news. That's what it says. We had red folder at 8:30. My 10 a.m. says orange folder, consumer sentiment. Revised consumer sentiment, not actual consumer sentiment. Some kind of revised one. I don't know. What does FinViz say? FinViz Friday. 8:30, 10 a.m. Yeah, and FinViz gives it a yellow folder, not even orange. Michigan oh no, it's orange. Never mind. Yeah. It's not a, but it's a revised consumer sentiment. That's what it says. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you have something different. On my screen, it shows orange folder. It doesn't show red. All right. Still failing to close. I mean, it's above the view op, but at some point, I think we're gonna get a dump down. 740. Hot level. Possible. I mean, we have highs up there, so it's possible we could. Unless they get a setup, I'm not taking anything. Maybe we rip up. I don't know. Maybe we rip up, take out the highs, and then I get a setup for a short, or we rip down, sweep out the lows, and I get a setup for a long. Right? I'm open to both scenarios. That's why I don't really care if this thing rips up and maybe takes out this high and then I get a short setup. I'll take it. Or if it dumps down and I get a long setup, I'll take it. Either way, I'm not married to it. You know, I'm not going into the market like, oh, we have highs up there. It's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. I understand it may not go higher. It could go lower. If it goes lower, that's fine. That's completely fine. If it gives me a short setup, awesome. If it gives me a long setup, awesome. So either way, I'm playing it by ear, seeing what price action does and reacting off of what price gives me. Not trying to, you know, not trying to just jump in because I want it to go for those highs. Because I understand it could very likely dump just as much as going for those highs. But yeah, if we have heavy levels up there, it could very likely go for those levels. I don't know. I think it just as likely. I think it could drop and take out those lows before. I'm thinking it's. I'm more likely. I'm thinking a little bit more likely it's gonna drop for those lows than go. I would personally like it for it to drop and take out these lows before it goes back up to the highs. That's what I would like. I would be more happy about that setup than. We do have view up here, so we're kind of bouncing. I don't know if we're waiting for that news to come out. We got news in 3 minutes, so. Or 4 minutes, sorry. We could be waiting for that news. It almost looks like we are, because we're just sideways. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying That's the thing, is will it go up from here and, you know, rip for those highs now, or will it take out a low and then go for those highs? But it's having a lot of trouble closing just above this 5-minute range. Look at the I mean, that's crazy. Look at all these wicks above the 5-minute range. Just failure to close above it. So now it's like, if we do close above it, right? And then we start dropping, maybe we take out the high, start dropping, and leave behind some kind of bearish imbalance. Would be a little interesting. Kind of would, at that point, if it's gonna rip, I would want it to take out these highs before I get an entry short. We got, this may be the actual first close of the 5-minute. We got like 5 seconds left. 5 seconds. Oh my gosh, they just drop it right at the last second. Bro, I'm like, finally it's gonna close above, and it's like 5 seconds left, and they just drop it right below that range at the last 5 seconds. It's wild. What do they know? What do they know? They know something. They know something I don't know. I think they're just waiting for that news to come out. We got like 30 seconds, or not, well, a minute and 30 seconds left. Restacking. Think someone's stacking up orders down up here, or up here to, but stacking on order, like stacking up orders right before news is pretty crazy. I don't know. All right, 1 minute left. All right, we actually got a closure above that 5-minute. We got a closure above, but we'll see what happens. That's the first candle to close above that 5-minute. We got like 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. We'll see how the market reacts to the news. All right, news is 9. There's news. Getting some movement. Getting a little bit of movement. Are we going to go for those highs? Having trouble. Reversal place is possible. Yeah, this is possible, a reversal place, if it gives me a setup, right? I'm not trying to predict it, but it is a little like a reversal here is a little iffy too. Even if I get a setup, I'll take it, but we got view up right there, which is a little scary. I hate shorting into view up, so we'll see. I would prefer to take out that high first. I'd want it to, that's pretty much a, well, that's pre-market highs, so. Iceberg indicator is going off the charts. Maybe they're loading up for a short. Who knows? What if they're loading up to take it short? And then we just get like, it takes out this high, and then we get just a massive red candle all the way back down. It's possible. It is possible. Who knows? Maybe they're loading up on shorts. Here, give me a second. I'll be back. Uh-oh. 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 Wanted to push to up around 750s. Yeah, I would have wanted it to take out those highs first. Like, even if I get a short setup and it didn't take out the high, I feel a little iffy about of it maybe going back up for those highs. But when it takes out a high, gives you a short setup, you're like, all right, it already took out the high, so you feel a little more confident in it. We'll see though. We're still above. Reloading. Possible. It could be averaging in. Alright, we'll see how this closes. This may be a short setup for me. Depending on how this closes. How this 1 minute candle closes right now. I mean... Oh, crap. Somebody's... Hold on. Somebody's knocking on the door. All right. If this comes back up, I would potentially... Sorry. Mike. Sorry. If this comes back up... I would be interested in a possible short. Again, a little bit on the riskier side just because, a little bit on the riskier side just because we didn't take out those highs. I hope this freaking doesn't leave me again like yesterday. Oh, come on. Don't leave me. Bro, come on. Freaking kidding me, dude. I'm gonna cancel the order for now, but if it comes back up, I'll place it. I just don't want to. This week has been, it's been doing a lot of this crap. Oh my gosh, dude, not another day. This is freaking wild, dude. Why does it do this to me? Like, it couldn't have just popped up a little bit to fill this imbalance before going all the way down here? It was a nice short. It was a very nice short. There's the setup right here. This imbalance right there. That's the setup. We're at 2 days in a freaking row. This is... Oh my gosh. It's pissing me off. Do I need to start marketing order in as soon as this imbalance gets formed? Seems like as soon as that imbalance gets formed, I need a market order in. It's wild how it's just like not... We'll see. Golly, man. Yeah. The freaking drop. Gosh, this sucks. Bro, that's 2 days in a row this has happened to me. Man. Perfect setup too, like a perfect short setup. Right? Exactly. This is exactly the strategy that I look for, right? A break above. That's why I was looking for a break above this 5-minute range. Break above the 5-minute range. Then it fails to hold. And then when it closes back in the 5-minute range, it leaves behind a bearish gap. There's that bearish gap inside that 5-minute range. Boom. Entry would have to been, right, a short for it to tap into that gap to go short, but obviously it... Now it's like, if it comes back, I don't know if a short setup is the smartest thing to do if it comes back. You know, it's... If it comes back up here, it's probably going to go for those highs again. Maybe we could get a long setup down here. If it could really continue at this point, if it could continue pushing down, maybe get a long setup. I don't know. Looks like it's gonna go. We can't get a, but we have a bearish imbalance at this point. If we get a long setup, I'll take the long setup, but could sweep pre-market lows. We got pre-market lows at what level is that? 24,569. So So 24,569 is right there. So we got pre-market lows down here. If it could take out pre-market lows, maybe it starts to What is it exactly? 569.25. Oh, whatever. Let's leave it 569. No FOMO. No FOMO. No FOMO. Still loading up. He may be... I mean, maybe loading up, or maybe... I mean, it's the 200, right? I mean, it makes sense why he was loading up there. Look. It could be averaging in, because a lot of times we get... Look at the bounce. Like, look at here, for example. Look at that bounce we got off the 200, right? Crazy bounce, and it was ripping up for a long time. Same thing here. Look at these bounces. Like, you're getting crazy bounces off the 200 on, like, the hourly chart. So, I mean, that's probably why he could have been... Like, you can understand why somebody would be loading up here, potentially. Like, if this thing dumps us short, this thing could continue dumping all the way down. So I can understand why somebody would want to, you know. Maybe he has some other information that we don't have. All right, closing now below that 5-minute range. Can they hold it? Not yet. Hold on. Oh, wait. This is the... Oh, that's a 1 minute. All right, good. I thought I was on the 5 minute still. Yeah. No, Bookmap is good if you have... But one issue when I was using... When I was using Bookmap, the only thing it messed me up with was... I would be married. I would get married to a, like... If I would see a big level up there... I would be so, like, married to a long, because I saw a lot of, you know, orders sitting up there. So I would be so married to a long, and I would only want to go long, which becomes a kind of a problem if you do that, because it doesn't always go for those orders. So, but it is helpful. It is helpful if you have a strategy and you can use it as another, like, confluence. Like, if you're already thinking about, your strategy is setting up for a long setup, and then you look on Bookmap and you see a massive level of orders sitting up there, you could use it as, like, your take profit. Like, all right, I want to put my TP right here because I want to get filled first before everyone else gets filled first, because you understand that it could reject there too. So it is useful. Yeah, it's a good thing to use for your take profits. Like, you just put kind of your TP, put it right below where all those orders are, so that it fills you first and then those orders. All right. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:15 already. Golly, got a perfect short setup. I don't know what's wrong. Like, this week has been market order type of week. I don't know if I need to start just marketing order into these kind of trades. I don't know. Past 2 days were really good trades, but did not go up to fill that imbalance. Right? Failed to take out pre-market lows yet still. He may have gotten out, yeah. He may have gotten out, or he's still in his position. Or they could be this is a very crucial level where people could be averaging in for, like, a long-term play, right? He could be already, like, you know, in his position. Because we get massive moves off the 200. We're near that 200 on, like, the hourly chart, so it could get a massive move from here. So if he, you know, can make a crap ton of money. $1,000 contract order? Dang. It's probably some kind of I mean, that's probably like hedge fund size orders. Like, what would the math on that be? 1,000. Yeah, so pretty much to purchase 1,000 NQ futures contracts, you would need a minimum account of $1 million. A minimum of $1 million. That's like the bare minimum. So if he bought 1,000 contracts 3 times, that's like a $3 million. And then plus, you know, he probably has like a $50 million account. I highly doubt he's using his whole account, right? So it's like a very small portion of his account. Probably has like a $50 to $100 million account, and he just averaged into like a $3 million position. That's wild. That's freaking crazy. Bro, I can't imagine, like, my heart would be racing so freaking fast. I guess if you have 50 million, you know, it's like 3 million doesn't seem like a lot to him, maybe. Or it could be, you know, maybe he averaged in, and then if this thing pops back up to that level again, maybe he'll start buying another 1,000. So kind of like every time it pops up to the 200 or near this area, you load up on another 1,000, load up on another 1,000, then, you know, finally when it gets that drop, he'll be in his position and he can have a stop, you know, pretty much. I don't know how they do it. Maybe that's above my pay grade. Yeah, he's moving the market with that volume. I mean, that's the difficult part of it too, right? Like, with crazy volume, if you move the market, that's not necessarily good for the person taking the trade, right? The person that's trying to average in, it's not good that if he, you know, if he tries to short and he moves the market with his positions, it's not necessarily good. That's why the theory of like stop loss hunting or whatever, a lot of orders are sitting at a spot, it's a perfect place for somebody to average into a trade if he's trying to average in for like a long-term position, which most of them are doing that, right? If they're trading millions of dollars, they're not scalping millions of, like, I highly doubt, unless they're like got computer systems and like that do hyper scalping, but like I highly doubt somebody's scalping like $3 million position. It's probably like an average into something, a big move that is expected like over a month or something. But yeah, they can hide their orders too. Yeah. Yeah, I guess this guy just did not care. But I don't know if maybe it would benefit. Wouldn't it benefit for him to not hide his orders? Because if somebody sees a massive position up there, wouldn't it incentivize them kind of to, I don't know. I guess that's why market spoofing is kind of illegal. Like, you can't just flash a 1,000 contract order and then market kind of starts to go toward your order and you take it off. You're kind of like just spoofing the market. Because then you're kind of just manipulating the market, which is, you know, you can't do that. Because, you know, a big enough order, you can manipulate the market. Like, think about it. Even like a penny stock, right? Like a no-name penny stock that's super cheap. I mean, you get a large enough position, you could probably move that market. There may not be liquidity for you, but... I never said I can manipulate the market. I definitely can't manipulate the market. Bro, if I was able to manipulate the market, I probably wouldn't be trading live on TikTok. I'd probably be sitting in a freaking New York high-rise. That's what they did and threw off the whole order. Yeah, I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen before, and it's crazy because you see this stuff happen and you know it's illegal. Like, you're not allowed to do that, but somehow, like, they're doing it and not getting in trouble for it. I don't know how you can even get in trouble. I thought about this. How could you even get in trouble for that? Right? Like, can a person not change his mind? I mean, maybe if they're, like, keeping an eye out, if somebody complains or something, which I don't know how that works, but, like, maybe if they keep an eye on him and he does it over and over and it becomes like a pattern where you're always doing that, it becomes an issue. But like a couple times, how can you prove? Maybe he changed his mind, right? Maybe he had a big order and then he just changed his mind. That's possible too. It's not illegal to change your mind, but I guess if you're constantly changing your mind, it becomes suspicious. So other hedge funds can't see him? Possible, yeah. I mean, right? It's kind of like, it's like a football or basketball game, and right, the other team seeing your playbook or whatever. Like, it's pretty much the same thing. Of you know, hedge funds don't really want other hedge funds to see where they're entering, where they're getting, you know, massive positions in a short or something. Makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't want somebody else to see my playbook, what I'm about to do. Holy crap, it just dumped. But you would still have to have a huge margin in your account even to be able to do... Yeah, oh yeah. To move the market, you would need a freaking... Really, especially NASDAQ. It depends on the ticker you're trading, but yeah, like the NASDAQ is one of the biggest markets out there. You need a freaking millions of dollars to move the market. And like it or not, but they all got, you know, they all got insider information. They all talk amongst each other. They all know news, like all these big dogs. Like, I know it's illegal to have insider information, but they all talk amongst each other. You know, somebody said this, a guy knows this guy that works for this company, right? Those trades today, better no profit than lost profit. I mean, amazing trades. These past 2 days have been amazing trades. I'm starting to think of... I don't know if I should start just marketing into these positions, because they're amazing trades, right? But they're not moving to that imbalance. Like, as soon as this 1 minute candle closed right there, as soon as this 1 minute candle closed and this 1 minute candle opened, right, that bearish imbalance was formed. That was my signal to go short. So I had my order in right there. I mean, and then just like, what are the chances of it just dropping and not even coming close to? Yesterday it came close. This time it didn't even come close. It just freaking dropped without any sign of. But then watch, as soon as I change it up and start marketing order into these positions, what's gonna happen is it's gonna start going and filling these imbalances. The problem is, it just gives me such a better risk to reward. If, like, right, that would have been an extra, I guess 10, like 15 points, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll see next week, and how if this kind of crap keeps happening, I'll have to start marketing into positions. If this happens enough, this has been the second trade in a row that this has happened already. So if this becomes a pattern, I have to start marketing into these positions instead of putting my limits in. I'm giving away a little profit, but for me, a long entry would be the same scenario that happened for this short entry, right? So for the short entry, right, it was trying to close above this 5 minute, was failing, then finally got a closure above the 5 minute, started ripping up, and then look, closed back into the 5 minute range, leaving behind a bearish imbalance, right? That's the confirmation right there. That bearish imbalance in that 5 minute range. Or like, right, 90% of that imbalance is in that 5 minute range. So same kind of scenario if I was to want to get long. Same sort of scenario up here. I would want price to come up, right? Start closing back inside this 5 minute range, and then leave behind bullish, like a bullish imbalance to potentially, you know, maybe start to try to go up. But as of now, right, as long as it's below this 5 minute range, it's bearish in my eyes. Until it gets back into this 5 minute range, possibly leaving behind an imbalance, that's kind of my confirmation. So we're getting a rip up here, but did we take out? I mean, we took out pre-market lows, and keep this in mind, right? It has not taken out pre-market highs. That pre-market high is still up there. We've taken out pre-market lows now, so is there a possibility we could start, you know, ripping up for the, you know, go back up to this high? Possible, you know, but I would need, for me to go long, I would need a confirmation inside this 5 minute range. So I would let it do its thing, right? Kind of, and then once it kind of maybe forms some structure up here, pushes into that 5 minute, leaving behind a bullish imbalance, that's my cue to go long. As of now, right, it's still rejecting, it's still bearish. It's actually rejecting off that pre-market low right now. That's my idea of, like, that's my strategy. I'm telling you, this strategy has been working, like, so good. Such a, like, an amazing strategy. At least it's been working good for me. I don't know, I mean, sucks that I missed it, and, you know, it left without me these couple of trades, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I get, like, if this happens 2 more times, then I'm switching up. I'm starting to switching up, meaning I'm gonna start marketing order into these trades instead of. Oh, Apex is 80% off also. Apex is back to 80% off, and they have $85 activation fees for their PA accounts. So that's a really good deal of for activation fees for their accounts. And they have, what are the other here? Let me see. There are other ones. I got an email. Hold on. So they have. So 80% off and $85 lifetime PEA fees. All evaluation accounts, any size. 80% off for the first month and then 50% off reoccurring months. Resets are $50, 1 day to pass. Special eval pricing. So the $150, $250, $300,000 accounts are all priced at $397. Then apply the 80% off and they're only $79 for the first month. So right now the $150, $250, and $300,000 accounts, right? If you apply that 80% off, they're $79 for the first month. So technically, if you can pass those accounts in the month, and they have an $85 activation fee, that's actually a really good deal. And it ends on Tuesday, September 30th at 11:59. Pretty good deal, actually. The 50,000 are gonna be like they're like $33 for an account. I didn't see that. It's not a bad deal for the 150s. The thing about the 150, the 250, and $300,000 accounts, you have more wiggle room, right? So like if you were to, and they're, you know, 50,000 is $33 versus, but you would have to pass these in 1 month, in less than a month, because you don't want it to start renewing at, you know, a way higher price. So if you can pass those in a month and activate those accounts, and you have a lot of drawdown room. But yeah, the 50,000 are going to be like $33, and then if you could pass them, it's an $85 activation fee, which is a really good deal, actually. So I already have these accounts. I'm not buying any more accounts as of now because I already have these accounts. I need to start. My plan is with these accounts, right? I need to pass this eval, pass these 7 accounts, and then activate them and probably move back to my funded and try to build up my funded. That's the plan. Once I get these accounts passed and activated, I'm probably gonna switch up back to my funded accounts and try to just like hammer those down and try to build them up as much as I can, because I have 10 funded accounts already. And then my goal is to get those accounts to a certain level, get these accounts to a certain level, so that I can start copy trading 17 funded accounts, right? That's the goal. No, I don't think, no, there's no consistency rule on eval. You can, I mean, I'm assuming not, because you can pass the evals in a day, right? So there can't be a consistency rule if you can pass them in a day. I mean, technically you could take, I mean, people do that. Not really the most recommended, but like, you know, people just go hardcore on, they go like full size and try to pass them in one trade. I don't know if that's smart. Maybe if it's one account, it's whatever. It's $33 even if you blow it. But if you're trying to pass 7 accounts and you blow 7 accounts by taking one trade, losing trade, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know what your financial situation, but it could add up. Unless if you have a good strategy and you just kind of wait for an A+ setup, like a really good setup, and just go hardcore on that setup and try to pass them in one trade, then, I mean, everyone has a different type of, you know, financial situation, so I can't speak for. I personally don't like to do that. I personally like to allow myself some time, some room for losing trades to pass them, but like, could I pass them in one trade? Yeah, I mean, if I just, it's not the hardest thing to do, especially if you have a good strategy. Full port, 20 accounts, and very easy pass. That's wild. I mean, okay, 20 accounts, would it be, how much would, let's hypothetically 33 bucks, right? So technically an eval 33, it would be 660 bucks for 20 accounts. But that's not the problem. I mean, so if you fail 20 accounts in one day, you just lost 600 bucks in one day. That's like, I don't know, that hurts. That hurts. That would hurt me. Like when I passed 10 accounts, when I had got 10 accounts to pass them, I kind of like, my strategy was I went light in the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month, I started going heavier and heavier and heavier at the end of the month. As the accounts got closer to the renewal, I started going heavier and heavier, and I ended up passing them. But I mean, everyone's different. For some people, it may be a situation that, you know, try to pass them in one trade. It's possible. I mean, why not? If you have a good strategy and you have the finances, and you got to be willing to blow 20 accounts in one day. I mean, that's very likely. All right, we're starting to kind of come back up. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. How do you pass an account? Does it have challenges, or you have to earn an amount? No, the way you pass an account is you buy an evaluation. Yeah, it's coming up. We may get a long entry soon. You buy an evaluation. You have, say, a $50,000 account, $33 per account. You buy the evaluation. You have a $2,400 trailing drawdown, and you have a $3,000 profit target. They allow you maximum contract size, a specific amount of contracts. It's a lot. Do not use max contracts. But then if after you follow the rules, you pass the account, you get put in a funded account. Once you reach a specific target, like a buffer zone, typically the buffer zone is like your drawdown plus 100 bucks. So once you're in a funded, you make what, it's like 2,500 bucks, and then you could start taking payouts, requesting payouts. And they have a 30%, I think, consistency rule. So they have some rules that you have to follow, but if you follow the rules and you get to that point, you can start taking payouts, right? And it's like, that's the power of these, prop firm accounts, is if you have, 5 accounts and you take a $200 trade on 5 accounts, you're making $1,000 a day. So once you get to that buffer zone, trade 8 days, you make $8,000. You could request an $8,000 payout. All right, so we're back into this 5-minute range, but this gap is outside the range. I would need a gap inside the range, or at least a massive portion of that gap inside the range. Kind of like what we had here, right? How more than like 80 to 90% of that gap is inside that range. Vice versa here, right? We have like 80 to 90% of the gap outside the range. Starting to get a rip up. We'll see. It's pushing up to view up. This is a kind of a... Oh, man. It's a tough area. I would probably, if I was to take a position, if I was to take a trade here, I would take one just for fun. It doesn't look as good as the first trade, but I would take it on smaller size just for, because of the drawdown. That drawdown, I mean, I would take it like a 200. I would take half size. Oh, I'm interested in this. It's a little dangerous of a trade, but I'm interested potentially for this. We'll see. Worth a shot. If it actually fills me and doesn't keep on. Bro, I swear, if this happens again. Oh my god. Yeah, try making it the first day and blew my accounts. Yeah, it's a dangerous thing to do. I mean, if you're like a really good trader and you've been trading for years and you're very confident in your setup and you can be patient for like an A+ setup and go heavy on it, that's different. It's still risky, but exactly, yeah. It's like if you activate, like if you can't, here's the thought process. If you can't pass, like, if you can't pass evaluation accounts, like, not going crazy and just getting lucky on a trade and passing, like, if you can't just size down and pass about, like, take a whole month, possibly, to just slowly pass these evaluation accounts, if you can't keep evaluation accounts and you just keep blowing evaluation accounts, like, what makes you think that you're gonna move into a funded account and all of a sudden you're gonna just like not blow funded accounts? There's no difference between evaluation and funded accounts. So if you're always blowing evaluation accounts, you're gonna be blowing funded accounts unless you change something. Unless you go really light in size. But like some people, not saying like, some people think that there's like a magic thing that happens when you move to a funded. Like nothing magic happens. You're still or maybe they just try to get lucky and they just try to just wing the funded accounts too and try to, I don't know. It's not smart. Are you up today? I missed the first trade. This first move down left without me. I wanted to get short right there, and I put an order in. I put an order in inside this imbalance, and it just price just left without me. So, yeah, I didn't get filled there. So we'll see about this trade. This is a little more riskier of a trade, in my opinion. We're getting close to 11 o'clock also, which I don't want to be stuck in a trade at you know. But I'm taking this on light size, so I'm taking this kind of on half size because it's not as a good setup. It's still a setup, but I'm not as confident. I'm not as confident as I was in the first one. First one I went in full size. All right, what the heck just happened? All right, we'll see. Hold on. And plus we're rejecting off view up. That's what also why it's a little bit dangerous of a trade. We're rejecting off of view up. So we got to get above view up first. I'm trying to jump. Trying to jump the gun a little bit, but what was I going to do? Hold on. All right, we're good. All right, hold on. Let me do this real quick. We'll see. So now my stops would have to be below the lows. So stops below the lows. TP. TP would have to kind of be up here. See. So far, it's still... We have an imbalance down there that it could bounce off of. Question is, will it... we swept pre-market lows. Will it hold now to continue going up, or will it... Yeah, there's this imbalance is filling right now. So depending on how it moves from this imbalance right here, like I said, this is a very light position because this would be like a C setup just because of like, I can't show you, but also we're rejecting off this 200, right? We're rejecting off the 200, so a little bit of a FOMO trade just because I missed the first trade. It's still a setup. I'm not just like, but it's a very, you know, not as good of a setup. See if we can actually start to get momentum off this imbalance. IFEG to the downside. Talking about the first one? I mean, yeah, but doesn't really, I mean, yeah, there is a possible. We'll see. Made 1.1. What? Got off it on my eval. Should I keep trading? Nah, you should stop trading. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but typically, if I have a good trade, I typically try to not trade anymore if I have a good trade. Yeah, it's best to step away, especially if you're up on a Friday. Go into your weekend, you know, on a good note, not just like, oh, this thing looks like it's gonna dump for the lows. I was kind of hoping it was gonna get it was gonna rip through view up, but it's like a perfect rejection of view up. Not looking good. This is why I took this on very light size. I mean, it's like I'm down $100, which is like nothing. I usually take like $400 position sizes. So not gonna lie, I had a little bit of FOMO because I missed the first trade. So when I saw this one, it was a C setup, but it's the hard part about trading. You get into trades you probably shouldn't take, even on light size. Probably best to stay out until... Yeah, this is a crucial... Are we gonna make a higher low, or are we gonna go for those lows? That's the question, right? If we make a higher low, that's a really good sign. But I don't know, it's coming up to 11 o'clock too, so I don't like the fact that I'm in a trade at 11 o'clock. Starting to get buyers start stepping in. This could be a higher low, which is a good sign, but we'll see. We gotta kind of flip this imbalance here. get back into that range, that 5-minute range. So we're still kind of bearish because we're still below view op. Once we get above view op, it's going to be more on the bullish side. It's going to start looking good. But as of now, we're below view op, we're below pivot, we're below all that. So we're pretty bearish still. And also, I haven't backtested. I've only backtested the first setup of the morning. I haven't backtested like if a setup happens, you know, multiple times after the first one. Like I know the first setup, like it's a really good. It works out really good. I'm not sure about the second and third and fourth. Like I didn't do backtesting on that, so it's kind of a little bit of like this trade is a little bit of you know, not 100% sure. We could making a higher low, which is a really good sign, right? Took out pre-market lows. We may start wanting to, you know, that's the idea. Is it could want to start going for those highs up there because it's already taken out pre-market lows. So it's got to really start moving though. It can't just keep. I don't like these rejections. It's not good. We do have a lot of wicks on the 15-minute. A lot of wicks on the 15-minute, which kind of, you know, like, let's look at the 15-minute real quick. So you see the 15-minute, right? See all these wicks here on the 15-minute. It's got to kind of hold. If it holds, we can start ripping back up. But if it can't hold and it's going to start dumping, it's probably going to go down to these lows down here. But you see the wicks on the 15-minute. So it doesn't look bad. Not get off. Oh, that's you're talking about the other dude. All right. How much you made? Well, I didn't make anything yet. I didn't make anything yet. We'll see. This is like a C plus. This is like a C setup. So I'm not really expecting too much out of this trade, but it's still the setup. And I went on light size on this trade too. So even if I make money on this trade, it's going to be half of what I usually make on like a good setup. All right, we're pushing up. We're still pushing up, higher low, starting to look like a really good sign. I like that, higher low. We got one more imbalance to get through. If we get through that imbalance, start closing above the view op, it starts to look pretty good. Starting to look pretty freaking good. It's odd that we're only like the third move of the morning. Oh crap, it's starting to reject. Come on. Come on. Man, pretty heavy rejection. Yeah. Yeah, it's let's see, we need buyers to start stepping in. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna start to feel a lot more, a lot better about this trade once we break view up. And that's this high right here. Once we break this high, I'm gonna start feeling a lot more, a lot better. Yeah. Problem is, it's like almost 11 o'clock too, so momentum couldn't start dying down at a, you know, we're already. Maybe it's waiting for that 11 a.m. candle. What is it? We got 2 minutes till that hourly candle opens up. Let me actually look on the hourly chart how it's looking. Hourly chart. Yeah, I mean, there's a big wick on the hourly chart. You could see that, right? We're kind of closing pretty good on the hourly chart. So if that new hourly candle opens up, we could start to rip up. I got my stop loss below that hourly candle. It's about to, like, we got 1 minute left till that hourly candle opens up. New hourly candle, sorry. Hopefully we get some buying pressure step in after the new hourly candle. Hopefully it doesn't drop down and take out the low one more time, but it is what it is if it does. Come on. Come on. Come on. Where do you trade? What do you mean, where do I trade? I'm in my office. Why you long? So I kind of got in a long, kind of the same setup that happened that I was looking for here, right? We broke above the 5 minute. This is a lot lower probability setup. But we broke above the 5 minute, closed back into the range, leaving behind a bearish imbalance, right, for a short. Same kind of scenario, broke back into this 5 minute range, leaving behind a bullish imbalance. So, you know, that's kind of why I got long. But the problem is this is why I entered on light position size, was because we have VWAP right there. So where it rejected, that's VWAP in the 200. So obviously it's going to be a lower probability because I understood taking this trade that it could reject off of VWAP. I understood that this could happen. That's why I went, like, if VWAP wasn't there, if none of this was there, it would have been a lot better setup. But since we had all that resistance there, I took it on lighter position size. Just to kind of, to be honest with you, a little bit of FOMO from the first trade, like, because it didn't fill me and I missed out on that massive move on the first trade. So I'm kind of trying to see what happens here. 11 o'clock, so that new hourly candle just opened up. We'll see. Like, I'm fine with the loss. It's a very small loss, so it doesn't really bother me. I'm up pretty decent on the accounts. So, a small loss doesn't bother. I can make it back and double, like, in one trade. In one good setup, like the first one we got. But obviously, I still hope this thing works. I hope it works out, but... Let me actually look on the... Let me flip to the hourly chart real quick. Yeah. So it's still hovering where it opened up. We need to get that... We need to start flipping green. Alright, starting to flip green. Tough. It's tough. It's a tough area. Alright, hourly candle starting to try to flip green here. Yeah, that's my worry. Like, what I'm not worried about a loss. I'm worried about a consolidation and it not, you know, and then me getting stuck in this trade. That's what I'm worried about. I would rather take a loss than it consolidate sideways. That's worse than a loss. Where it kind of like, you know, squeezes up a little bit, drops a little bit, squeezes up a little bit, drops a little bit, and then I'm stuck in this trade for an hour. Hopefully that's not the freaking case. Like, if you're gonna stop me out, just stop me out. I think that hourly candle's trying to flip green. Or it is flipping green. Yeah. It's flipping green. I mean, we do have room for these highs. If it does kind of start to get, you know, start to kind of run up. So, we are at a discount. That's for sure, right? We are at a discount, so I would not really want to be getting short here either. Like, that's like, getting short here is not the smartest either because you're at a low. You're literally at, we're at pre-market lows right now. This is literally pre-market lows. We've taken out, stupid spam callers. We've taken out pre-market lows. So, if we start ripping, we could start, you know, once we get above VWAP, but get above all this, starting to look good for potentially going for those highs up there. Because remember, in the morning, what it did was it failed to take out pre-market highs. It reversed before taking out pre-market highs. So, pre-market highs. Now it's taking out pre-market lows. The question is, now does it want to start ripping up for those pre-market highs up there? Just call it a day, Uncle. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Going back for the lows? I mean, possible. Yeah, I hate this sideways. This movement, this slow movement. We need Trump to say something. We need Trump to talk. Trump, say something. $1 million for everyone. Boom. That's all it takes for Trump to announce that everyone's getting $1 million. Houses for everyone. A house for you. A house for you. Free houses. Boom. TP. Seven stacked lows. Yeah. I just don't want to switch screens right now because I'm in a trade. I don't want to kind of see what happens, but yeah, if we got, I mean, it's a tough area. Buddy running off hopes and prayers. No, I actually have a strategy. I said before entering, I'm entering light size because this is like a C setup. It's a lower probability setup. Bruh, I literally had a short all the way this was my setup, a short all the way down. So, I don't know what you're talking about, hopes and prayers. Hopes and prayers is when you don't have a stop loss in place. When you have a stop loss in place, I know exactly where I'm calling it if this goes down there. So why take lower probability setups? I thought the goal was to make money. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably shouldn't have taken this trade. The reason is because I was looking for this short setup. To be honest, fully transparent with you, right? As soon as this gap got formed, I was trying to go short, and price just left without me entering a short, and so a little bit of FOMO goes into that. Now it's like I missed out on this amazing trade, so now I'm kind of like I got another setup. I'm not just randomly buying, right? This is the same kind of principle that happened up here. Same kind of principle is happening down here. But the problem is we're rejecting, so that's why it's a lower. We're rejecting off view op. We have a lot of resistance. So it kind of needs to get through this for it to start looking good. But that being said, right, I didn't go in full size. I went a lot lighter size. I went half size. So it's like, if I do take a loss, it's not like, I don't really care. It doesn't hurt me that much because, right, one good trade can make back that loss and a lot more. So it's not really like the end of the world for me. I'm up on these accounts. I've literally taken one loss on these accounts. So no, I'm not in short. I'm in long. Why are you trading against your overall bias? I'm not trading against the bias. I'm not trading against the bias. I mean, it's taking out pre-market lows. So there is a possibility of taking out pre-market lows. It could start ripping up, considering that we failed to take out pre-market highs up here, right? You see this pre-market high up there? We failed to take that out. So now it's like we've taken out the pre-market lows down here. So is it a possibility that this thing could start ripping for those pre-market highs up there? I mean, yeah, it's a possibility. It is 11 o'clock also. That's also why it's like, I don't want to get stuck in sideways action. So like, if I have to get out early, if this is going to just keep going sideways, I'll just get out. Because the short, I was biased for a short, but the TP already hit, right? We've already swept all these lows down here. So obviously I'm still not going to be biased for a short when the trade already worked out, right? That trade already worked out, came out, took out all these lows down here. So why I'm not going to try to go short again when my TP area was already hit. Like, that doesn't make sense for me. Yeah, it's starting to look like a bear flag. It's not good. Starting to look like a bear flag. Not looking too hot. This could go for those lows. Unless this bear flag fails, it's probably going to hit that stop loss. The market is delivering lower. So why not? Because if I was shorting right here, I would be literally like, think about this. Look on a 15-minute time frame, right? Is it smart to be shorting at the lows? Like, I don't know, maybe for somebody it is smart, but in my eyes, it's not really the smartest thing to do to short at like a low in the market. I don't know. It's just, and look at all these wicks up here. I mean, look at all these wicks down here. So could a short work out, but also it's like, unless your strategy shows you should go short, I don't see why you'd go short at like a discount level like this. Like, yeah, it could move lower unless, so everyone has a different strategy. It's like, just trade your strategy, that's it. But I think I'm going to get stopped out here. It's starting to form a bear flag. Like I said, unless this bear flag fails, it's probably going for those lows. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. See, that's the thing. If I would have, and here's the thing, if I would have caught that first trade, I wouldn't have been in this trade. So that's another thing I gotta. I'm literally just taking this trade just to take a trade, kind of. It is a setup, but yeah, it is pointing lower. I ain't gonna lie. On like the 1 minute at least. On the hourly chart, it looks like it could go higher, but on like the 1 minute chart, it's looking like it's gonna go for those lows. Again. This is kind of like a throwaway trade. This isn't a high probability trade that I'm like, I got in with one micro contract. It's like, it's barely anything. I usually make about $400 a trade. So this is like, if I take a loss on this, it's going to be a $200 loss. So I'm going in light size. If I was in full size, yeah, that would have been like just completely dumb. I would have even went in smaller size if I could have, but I can't go smaller. And also, I haven't backtested the second setup. I've only backtested the first trade of the day, meaning the first trade that happens pre-market, and it works out good. And like today, it worked out, but I've never backtested if it happens a second time, right? Because the probability can be higher for the first setup, and then the second setup, the probability could start to drop. So I really don't know what the probability is on the second one. Yes, Ninja Trader. Yeah, if you take an L and you follow your trading plan, it's a W. That's how I look at my trades. It's like it's probability. You're going to have losing trades. There's no such thing. Even the people, hedge funds that trade with hundreds of millions of dollars, they lose money too. Right? The goal isn't to make money in one trade. The goal is to make money over a month, right? Over a week. Not necessarily even over a week, over a month. Like, you want to make money month after month. So that's a span of a bunch of trades. Yeah. So why pop firms get a bad name, makes people feel like they have to trade to get a payout. Yeah, that's true. I gotta win. No, I didn't lose. I didn't lose yet. Hold on, give me a second. No, I didn't lose. We'll see what happens. This is probably going to be a loss. This trade, it'll be a tiny loss, but it just does not want to go higher. What can I do? What can I do? Yeah, this week has been very like, I'm not gonna, like, the FOMO is getting to me. I missed out on two, like, amazing setups, right? Yesterday, same thing happened. I missed out on an amazing setup. And today happened too, like an amazing setup. So this is like, now I'm like, when I get a lower probability setup, this is what comes into the mindset, the psychology of trading that's so difficult, right? When you get when you get a really good setup and you miss it because it doesn't give you the entry you want, it misses you barely. And then you get another setup and you miss it again. And then you get a lower probability setup, like a lot lower probability. Then you're like, all right, I'm going to at least take this trade. I'm going to try to take something. And then it's like, honestly, it's best not to take those lower probability setups. But at that point, you're just like, man, I want to take at least some kind of trade. So then when you get a lower probability setup, you take it because you missed the higher probability. So that's the difficult part. I mean, I'm not saying it's good. One thing I'm doing right is I'm taking it on very light size. So it's like, if I do lose, I'm perfectly fine with this loss. I mean, I'm still up on the accounts pretty well, actually. So this is not going to really affect, this loss is not going to affect me at all. Yeah, I know why I'm doing it. And looking back, I probably shouldn't do it, but at the same time, right? It's not like I'm just like getting FOMO and just buying at a random area. I'm getting the same setup. It's just lower probability now. Oh yeah, it's like the market's gonna open Monday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like the market's gonna open. So there's gonna be more opportunities. So that's why I gotta shift my mindset of, if I miss some trades, right, there's gonna be more opportunities. No, I don't know about DFLI. Is that like Delphi or something? I don't know. Maybe I should just get out, break even if it gets. I don't know. No, I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold. It's. Get out. Maybe the only reason I'm thinking, because I'm worried this thing is gonna go sideways. That's my biggest worry right now. Is this thing just goes sideways and then I'm stuck in it. Like, I'm not waiting all day for this like low trade, right? That's why I like before 11, like I like taking trades like at 10 o'clock. Because it's like a lot of times, like look at this, look at the morning trade, right? This is what I like. You get a setup and it moves like immediately to your TP. You get so much volume and it just dumps. Now we're getting into like the lunch hours. Now you can get a little bit of this sideways action before it actually makes a move. Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't chop, because I mean it's almost 11:30. Like, I don't want to be here. I got work to do. That's why I was like, if you're gonna stop me out, just stop me out, please. I would have rathered of it, like if it still ends up stopping me out, I would have rather of it just go down, stop me out, and then like, but trade's working so far. See, the person that was saying it's more of a short setup, it's like, in my eyes, you're buying at you're trying to short of the all-time, like you're trying to short the bottom of the, you know, it doesn't make the most sense unless you're scalping, right? Unless you're like taking 10-point scalps, like somebody shorting down here that's taking like 10-point profits, that's different, right? That's different. You can literally short at the bottom and still make money with a 10-point scalp. But if you're trying to catch bigger moves, like you're trying to catch lows down there, like, I don't know, it's a little bit, unless you have a strategy that you back tested and you know it works a certain percentage of time, then take it. Right? I can't tell you what to do. That's why I like knowing your strategy and back testing it, and then you get to a point where you're just like, for other people, it may look like a bad trade, but you're like, well, I've back-tested this strategy and it works good. So it's like, not gonna lie, it's. Should I get out? I'm just worrying it's gonna reject here, and it's got to get through view up. If it's gonna go higher, it's got to get through view up. Yeah, it's got to get through view up. It could very likely reject off of here again. Where literally there's a lot of resistance here, a lot of resistance. So if it has the momentum to actually get through this level, it looks good. But as of now, it's just going sideways. Yeah, it could just be manipulating too. I mean, it took out these highs right here, so. Why you buy the top of the swing? Well, first of all, it was a setup. Second of all, we swept pre-market lows. But like I said, I understood it's a lower probability setup just because of this resistance up here. I took it on 1 micro. It's literally nothing. This is kind of just a fun trade just to... You'll figure it out one day, champ. Thank you. God, I hope I figure this trading thing out one day. I appreciate it. Hopefully I will. Yeah, this is kind of like, it's a setup, but I mean, what can I say? It's just a lower probability setup. That's it. Not necessarily a gamble in a sense of I'm buying at a random area. I'm still buying at a specific area, but it's just lower probability. I just wanted to take a trade. Oh man. How long you been trading? Full time for about 2 years. And then before, I was learning a lot about trading before that even. I started learning about it way before that. Your lose every day, I bet. Your lose every day, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, I've taken... This may be the second loss I've taken on these accounts so far. If this ends up being a loss. This would be the second loss. So... Does that red mean down? Yeah, that red, red means bad. Red means bad. Green means good. So when you see green, we're in a good spot. Bro, you're wild. It's gonna rip. It's gonna freaking rip. Trump is gonna say something and it's gonna shoot to the moon. Oh, you're crazy, man. Dude's got some kind of strategy that no one knows about. He's got some kind of indicator that goes off in his head. Are you in short? No, I'm in long, actually. Longs, baby! Rip it! Rip it! If this thing hits TP, guac for everyone. Free guac. On me. If you go to Chipotle, guac on me. Oh, come on. We gotta get above view op. This thing better not drop. Where's TP? I got my TP at like... I got my TP at these highs right here. Which technically, if it takes out those highs, it's probably gonna go for all the pre-market highs, but... It's kind of where my TP is just a 1-to-1. Those highs are pretty much a little better than a 1-to-1. So, we got some... Bruh. Hold on, give me a second. See, I was talking to the market makers, trying to convince them. All right, we're above view op, kind of looking good. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I just kind of want to watch this thing take out this high and then just dump back down. I swear, better not do that. Get back. Yeah, it was doing good once I started talking on the phone. Look at that, just a straight move up. Oh, come on! I probably should get back on the phone. I honestly should just get out break even at this point. I don't know. I just don't want to wait a whole 30 minutes for this. Even if it works out. Like, even if it works out, but if it takes a whole hour, it's not worth it for me. Nonchalant. I am nonchalant. What are you talking about? Oh yeah. $10 in profit. That's like, bruh, 10 bucks. There's 12 bucks. How much guac is that? What, guac is like $1.50 or $2? It's like 5 guacs. You'll figure it out one day. Bro, get lost. It's okay, little buddy. You'll figure it out one day. You know, trading's just not for everyone. Up 7.K today if it hits my stop loss. Well, if you ain't trolling, that's good. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people troll, but prove it. If you made $7,000, prove it and send me 5. I'll believe you if you send me 5 grand. You trade ranges like support and resistance? I trade the 5-minute range. Like what happened here, right? We broke out of the 5-minute range, pushed back into it, leaving behind a bearish imbalance. There's the short. Same thing happened here, right? We took out pre-market lows. We pushed back into this 5-minute, five-minute range, leaving behind a bullish imbalance, and that's why you see my entry is right there. So, right? So thinking we took out pre-market lows, back into this 5-minute imbalance, we could potentially start to rip all the way back up to these highs. That's the thought process. That's kind of what I look for, but the first trade was a really good trade. Second trade is a little lower probability. I've backtested the first trade that happened in the morning. I haven't backtested the second trade, so I don't know like what the probability is on the second time it happening, you know. But oh crap. All right, I'm gonna leave. It's bruh. This thing's gotta go. Who can I call? Oh man, it's going red. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. It doesn't work. I need help. Call Tyrone. You got his number? Oh, I got a boy. Tyrone looks. He works at the NYC. I said NYC. NYSE. Crap, I screwed that up. Trust in your trade? Yeah. That's all it comes down to is you have a setup, you take it. If it's a lower probability setup, you take it on lower size. If it's a higher probability setup, you take it on bigger size. But that all just comes from experience, right? So it's like, but in the end, it's all probabilities. Like, so. What is the MA? What do you mean MA? Mature audience? Oh, moving average? This is a 200-day EMA. If lower probability, no size, sit out. If 8, yeah, I mean that would be the ideal thing to do, yeah, but that would be the perfect thing to do. I don't know, I don't trade stocks, so if you have a question about stocks, I just trade NASDAQ futures. We'll do it. Yeah, I know. This is like a throwaway trade. It's fine. This is a throwaway trade. It's 1 micro. This is not gonna affect me whatsoever. Based on my average position size. So I'm honestly thinking of just cutting it here because I don't want to go through this like sideways crap. It's gonna affect your mental. It's not about the money. I don't think it's gonna affect my mental just because I understand what I'm doing, right? So like even if this is a loss, I walk away, I don't even think about this. Like it doesn't affect me at all. Now what does affect me, you know what's gonna affect me? If I take a trade that's not according to my plan, that's like on big size, that's gonna affect me. Like I'm gonna get pissed off from that at myself. But lower probability trade with very small size is not gonna really. I had a plan. I decided to take the risk. I put the risk on the table. Deal with the consequences. Trading Forex is easy. Is it though? I don't know. I've never traded Forex. This is exactly what I was worried about. This sideways crap. This pisses me off more than anything. Is the sideways. Bruh. Honestly, I think I may just get out here and just call it a... I'm just gonna probably just call it here. I mean, it's like I'm pretty much back at break even, so it's 11:40, so it's like is October usually better PA? Tip it, bruh. Hold on. They're starting to get pissed off. Bro, literally, every time I got on the phone, it started pushing up. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Making a higher low. I mean a lower high. It's making a lower high, but at the same time, right? It's making higher lows, right? Higher low, higher low. If this is another higher low, possibly. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna stay on for sure at 12 o'clock. Whatever happens, either if this is still sideways by 12 o'clock, either I'm getting out of this trade or unless we're like looking really good for that TP. Let's go, market makers. Rip it. Push it. Push it. Push it. Push it. You in a trade? Yeah. I'm in a long. Long, baby. We're in longs. We're going for it. Rip it. Push it real good. Oh, don't do that. Wrong direction. This freaking view op, bruh. This view op, this pivot, this 200, it's too much resistance for it. This could be your entry point. Entry point for what? I'm not taking a short. It's not my setup. Even if I was to take a short and I was to make money, I would not be happy because I'm not trading my setup. I gotta stick to my plan. Stick to my plan or just get out. Do you only trade longs? No. I was looking for this short earlier. I trade whatever the market gives me, right? Doesn't have to be a long, it doesn't have to be a short, whatever it is. Right now it's not giving me much. Yeah, no, it's going sideways. It's 11 o'clock. So I'm thinking about just getting out. I'm telling you, if we got like 15 minutes left. If this thing, nothing happens in the next 15 minutes, I'm just gonna get out. Unless we really start ripping to that TP, doing something. But if we just keep moving sideways like this, I'm just gonna call it. But I knew this could happen. It's 11 o'clock. That's also another reason why I sized down. There's like multiple reasons. I understood also 11 o'clock we could start going sideways. It's happens, you know, it does happen. Volume starts to kind of die down 11 o'clock. We start to get sideways action. The moves get a lot slower versus morning. Look at this. We don't get this kind of action anymore. Like to get to a specific level, it takes a lot longer. It's kind of making a higher low. Got my combine on the line right now, so I'm not taking a trade today unless I see something. Yeah, today may be a good day to just step away. At this point, unless you trade like the last hour of the day, maybe you get a good setup, but like this is good to stay out of this type of price action, going sideways. So it's better just to come back Monday and get a good trade, you know, wait for some like a good setup on Monday than try to force something on a Friday. Calls or puts? Neither. We trade futures here. Longs or shorts? I'm in a long right now. Telling you, we got what? Like 12 minutes left. If nothing happens within 12 minutes, that sell button is getting pushed. Oh, before your month is up? I mean, here's the thing. It's like if those accounts are, I don't know if you're Apex or what, but if those accounts are getting typically if that would happen to me, like last few days, if I'm down, I would just go hardcore on those accounts. Even if you blow them, right, you would still reset them. So you blowing them doesn't make a difference. But try to size up maybe just a little bit to try to like... That's what I usually do. If I see I'm not going to be able to... Because I would rather just blow the accounts and reset them at 80% off, you know. But if you do blow the accounts, make sure to remember to cancel the subscription. Because if you blow the accounts and you don't cancel the subscription, they're going to keep charging you. Go into your dashboard with Apex... Cancel the subscription after you, and then you rebuy more accounts. Oh, I'm in Top Step. I don't know about Top Step. How their thing works. I never traded with Top Step. Holy freaking rejection. Yeah, this thing looks like it wants to just go down. Oh, he took that short? Yeah, that's the short I don't even trade the same way as him. But isn't that crazy how two people with different strategies can look for the same setup? This would have been a perfect short. This was such a good trade. Looking back, I should have just marketed order instead of putting a short position in right here. I should have just marketed in as soon as this candle closed. But that's easier said than done. I really thought it was gonna at least bounce a little bit to get me in. I guess I was wrong. But that was an amazing short. Yeah, I only have one micro. This is a small position because I understood that, right? There's a lot of resistance. We're getting to 11 o'clock. It's just kind of like a trade just to take a trade. It's still a setup that I look for. It's the similar setup as to what happened up here, right? For the short. It's a similar setup, but we're at 11 o'clock. Like, this thing could work out, but like it's gonna take a lot longer. So that's why I went in less size just in case I have to get out if this thing goes sideways, which is doing. It's just a lower probability trade versus the first one. This was a higher probability. We just need to, got like 8 minutes left. We'll see what happens. Market makers are out to get us. They're watching. They're watching. They want my prop firm order. Oh my gosh. All right. 53. We're almost at 12 o'clock. No, I'm in a long, actually. Oh, did it? He has did the opposite. It's probably creating a lot of divergences then. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is just I'm gonna get out. This is a very small kind of like a trade just to take a trade. Lower probability, less size type of. I don't really care if this is a loss. I may get out even early just to like, if we got like 6 minutes left. If this, whatever happens within 6 minutes, I'm gonna get out. Even if it's like right here, I'm still, as soon as it hits that 12 o'clock mark, unless this thing starts actually ripping to the upside, I may hold longer, but as long as it keeps doing what it's doing right now, that 12 o'clock hits, I'm pretty much gonna sell. Just come back Monday for another, get a good setup maybe with full size, and we're just rejecting off view op. That's like, right? There's a lot of resistance up here, a lot of resistance. So having trouble getting through that. Five minutes left. Y'all just rip it. Rip it. Go, go, go. Go. Hurry up. What up? Welcome back. We're actually back in the 5-minute range. We're back inside this 5-minute range, so. We need buyers to start stepping in, though. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Move it! Sorry. Turn your volumes down. How long have you been in a trade? Since, I'll tell you exactly when I got in. Bro! These freaking market makers! Hold on. Bro, the market makers keep calling and apologizing. It's fine, it's fine. I told them I took it on light size. Like, it is what it is. We're sorry, we're so sorry, but we're so sorry, but Citadel ended up calling us. They entered into $100 million position, a short position. So they got a larger position, so they're kind of, you know, Citadel's a bigger customer. I said, it's fine, it's fine. I'm in a smaller position size, so it is what it is. It's not gonna hurt me if you guys push it down. But with Citadel having a $100 million short, if they end up ripping it up, it hurts them way more. $57. And I told them to kind of hover it around break even until I get off. You know, if I take a break even trade, I'll get out at break even, and then you guys can dump it hard all the way down. But they're gonna wait at least till like they're gonna wait at least till 12 o'clock for me to get out of this, and then they're gonna dump it down. So what you'll end up seeing, right, is you'll see me get out of the trade, me step away, and you'll see price just tank. 23-day win streak. It took a 2K loss this morning. Dang, that's not bad though. Unless you're making like $100 a day and then took a 2K loss, then it's horrible. But you know, if you have at least a 1-to-1, then you're pretty good. That's good. That's discipline right there. How much do you have to risk to make some fair cash? Well, fair cash is different for everybody. Bro, it's not 12 o'clock. What are y'all doing? We got 2 minutes. Push it back up. Fair is different for everyone, right? Like, 10,000 a month is good for someone, and then for another person, that's, you know. So it just depends on what you mean by fair. I mean, you can make what is. If you know how to trade, you can make 5,000, you can make 10,000. It depends on your position size, you know. But that's why trading is so cool. There's not really a cap to how much you can make. I mean, hedge funds make billions of dollars a year trading. You just don't have the capital to do that kind of money, so. But even if you can make, right, 4,000 a month in trading, I mean, that's really good. If you can consistently be disciplined. But then when you can make 4,000 a month and you can be disciplined, what's stopping you from making 8,000, 10,000, 20,000, like just bigger position sizes? That's the only thing that would be different. Bro, what are they doing? I said, oh, 12 o'clock. I got to get out. All right, I'm out. Now they're going to dump it. I'm out. It's 12 o'clock. It's going sideways. I'm down $80. So. Very, very. Now they're going to dump it. I told them. I almost missed it. They said 12 o'clock. You better be out. It said 12 o'clock. You better be out of the freaking trade or we're dumping it at 12. So. Here comes that sell-off. All right. All right, I'm gonna hop off. But yeah, I'll be back Monday. Hopefully we'll get a good trade Monday. There was one really good trade this morning, but hopefully we continue. We'll get like an A+ setup on Monday so I can go in full size. But yeah, have a good weekend. Don't overtrade. Backtest on the weekend, and yeah, we'll be back for another week of trading. But y'all have a good weekend. Peace out. See y'all Monday.